Hey everybody! So this video is about elimination method and how to go through the steps. To do it, here are the steps we took in class. So if you were absent, you need to write these down or save them somehow. So the elimination method is used to solve a system of equations. So instead of dealing with one equation, you're dealing with two. And you use this method to help you find the intersection point or the solution between two equations. So the first step is to multiply. You don't always have to multiply. Sometimes they're already opposites, so you can go ahead and eliminate. And so an example of opposites would be like 2 and negative 2, 4 and negative 4, negative 7 and 7, okay? And they're opposites because when you add them together, you should get 0. So hence the name elimination. You're trying to eliminate one of your variables. So let's do some examples. All right, so number 1. All right, so what you're going to try to do here is first look to see if you even have to multiply. So if I look at number 1, I see I have a negative 4x and 4x, okay? Those are already opposites. So when I go to combine like terms, x is going to disappear. All right, so let me show you what that looks like. So I'm going to combine like terms. Negative 4x plus 4x, boom, that's 0. I don't have to write 0. And then I go to the y's, and I combine them. Negative 2y plus 8y, that's 6y. And then I go to the numbers on the end. Negative 12 plus negative 24 is negative 36. All right. Next, I need to solve for y. So that means I divide by 6, and y equals negative 6. Now, a lot of students mess up here because they think they are completely done. You're not done. All right, we're finding a point where they intersect. A point is x and y. We just have y. So I need to plug y back in to get what x equals. Now, the way I do this is I can use either the top or the bottom equation. I'll use the bottom equation because it doesn't have negatives. All right, you could choose either one. So I'm going to replace the y with negative 6. And so this is what it'll look like. 4x, all right, that didn't change, plus 8, all right, there's negative 6. So I replace the y here with negative 6 equals negative 24. Next, simplify and do a two-step equation. So I get 4x, 8 times negative 6 is negative 48, negative 24. Add 48 to both sides. 4x equals 24. Divide by 4, and my answer is 6. Now, I'm not done yet because I have to write my answer as a point. So the final answer is here in light blue. It should be 6, negative 6. You always write x first and then y. All right, so that is the point where these two lines intersect. All right, so let's look at a harder one where you have to multiply. All right, for this one on this screen, we need to figure out what variable we want to eliminate. So some way to make it easier is I try to find a variable that doesn't have any numbers next to it, and that makes it a little bit easier. So let's say we eliminate y. All right, so on the top I have 3y, and on the bottom I have negative y. Now I need these to be opposites so they will eliminate each other, okay? Now only one of them actually has a number, so I look to the highest number, it's 3. The opposite of 3 is negative 3. So in order to make the bottom a negative 3y, I have to multiply everything on the bottom by positive 3. Now it's a positive 3 because I already have the negative I need with the y. So I distribute the 3, and I should get 3x minus 3y equals 3. Now I didn't do anything to the top, so I just write it. Make sure you line up your x's and y's. Okay, so that was the multiplying part. All right, so I multiplied everything by 3. That way my y's would cancel. So let's combine like terms. 2x plus 3x is 5x. And then 3 minus 3, 0. Don't write 0. And then 7 plus 3 is 10. Divide by 5 to get x alone. X equals 2. Only halfway done. I got to figure out what y is. So I take 2 and I plug it into either equation. I'll use the top equation because I used the bottom one last time. So when I plug it in, it should be 2 times 2, because remember, we're replacing x with 2, plus 3y equals 7. Solve for y. 4 plus 3y equals 7. Subtract 4. 3y equals 3. Divide by 3. And y equals 1. My answer needs to be an ordered pair. So I put 2, 1. Because it always is x before y. Alright, so this one's medium level. Let's do a hard one. Alright, so on this slide, I have to find opposites again. So the steps are always the same. I have to find opposites. Sometimes they're already there. Sometimes I have to multiply one of the equations. And sometimes I have to multiply both equations by something. Okay, so take a look at this example. All right, I have 5x and 3x, not opposites, and I have 4 and negative 9, also not opposites. So I'm going to have to multiply here. All right, I know that instantly. Now, I can't multiply 3 by anything to get 5, and I can't multiply 4 by anything to get 9. So what I have to do is multiply both equations by something. Now, I'm going to do the x's for this one. All right, so I'm going to try to eliminate x. So I have to think of a number that 3 and 5 both go into. And the easiest way to do that is to think, okay, what's 3 times 5? Well, it's 15. So I need one of these to be positive 15 and one to be negative 15x. Okay, so I'll make the top the positive one. So I'll multiply the top by 3 and I'll multiply the bottom by negative 5. Now, once again, you could do the opposite. You could multiply the top by negative 3 and multiply the bottom by 5. Either way, you should get the same answer. All right, so when I multiply 3 to everything on top, I end up with 15x plus 12y equals negative 90. All right, so that's the top equation. The bottom equation is going to be negative 15x plus 45y, let's see, what's that, equals 90. All right, so make sure you multiply 3 times every time you do it. Now, I'm ready to combine. All right, so look at the x's. I successfully have opposites, so I can eliminate the x's. That's 0. And then 12 plus 45 is 57y equals negative 90 plus 90 is 0. So divide by 57, divide by 57, y equals 0. Halfway done. Almost there. Let's do the next part. Okay, for the next part, I take y and I plug it into either of my original equation. It doesn't matter which one I choose. I'll go with the bottom. All right, so let's do 3x. 3x minus 9 times 0 equals negative 18. So I just replaced y with 0. All right, 9 times 0 is 0, so just 3x now. 3x equals negative 18. Divide by 3, x equals negative 6. Right, my point. Got to remember which goes first. X does, so it's negative 6, 0, x and y. Da, da, da. Final answer. Good. If you have any more questions, come to see me in class or in Visa, and I will help you out. All right. See you.